Hi everybody, I just wanted to show my pine here. This is a sea urchin. And I had put it in the ground recently and I was quite concerned because it had a lot of dead needles. These needles had gotten all brown and dried up, and I wanted to show you close up. So it was like these, and I learned that basically that is normal for this time of year. So I thought it was transplant shock, but it turns out that is a normal thing for pines to do. And what I've done is I've just groomed it right now. I've just taken my gloved hand, and just kind of brushed off all of the brown needles and let them fall. They can act kind of as a mulch down there. So if you have a pine and you're new to pines, kind of like I am, and was concerned that this was not normal, all this brown dead in here, like this, don't worry about that. It is normal, and all you have to do is just kind of help shed it and it'll look nice and green again. And I think that looks much, much better with all the brown taken out, so don't have to panic. And yeah, it's just like such a cute little sea urchin on standard, and it just adds a little bit of height to this garden bed, and I love the color of it. So I'm here trying to get the rest of my plants planted, and I've placed some mahogany monsters on either side of this back keyhole garden here. So the other day I planted the 2 pulmonaria, the lungwort, spot on, which I think is perfect for a shady area and will give nice color. And because there is a lot of green kind of in this back layer, I thought a red component would be really nice. So here I've got one mahogany monster Heuchera, and I popped the other one on the other side there. And what happens is these do shoot up blooms with like white blooms, which are very nice. And I think those kind of popping up in the background will look really nice. And even if they're kind of hidden by the foliage in front, I think it'll be kind of a nice surprise when you walk this little path back here and come across them. And I think they will do well here because I do have some mahogany monster planted in my back garden here under the trees. So you can see there's one here, and you can see those light white blooms with the pink tinge popping up overhead. And then there's one just behind this tree here, and again it's in bloom still. So yeah, I think those will look really nice there. And I also had some gracewort Lithodaria. So I was thinking about placing that in these garden beds kind of as a low growing plant. And I was thinking of putting one behind the lilac on standard. And let me just show you the close up of the blooms here. So you can see it's like a beautiful blue bloom. And in the spring it's kind of covered in that. These do like dry conditions. So I'm not really sure how well they'll do here because I don't know how dry this will be, but I will give it a try. So I was thinking about putting one behind the tree and then kind of 2 at the end, because I do have a fair bit of these. So just like a mat kind of behind the sea holly, the blue glitter sea holly. And I was thinking just 3 in each bed. So 3 there. And then over here, I was thinking of just putting kind of the same thing. So 1 behind this lilac on standard, and then 2 at the end there. So let's try getting those in the ground and see how they look. Hello, so it is a few days later now, and let's see how the plants have fared. I got them in the ground, and we had some rainy days, 1 sunny day, but we had work, so now this is in between showers here. This is our garden bed that we did quite a bit of work on this year. Here I've still got my dahlia going there. I had to prop it up with some plant pots, but lots of color in this garden now, which is really nice. So we can see our mahogany monsters planted here. Even has a bloom stalk on it. We have our pulmonaria, our Pinus strobus sea urchin on standard, pulmonaria, and here is my other mahogany monster, looking a little less good, but that's okay. I think it'll be just fine. And I'm noticing some white flies in the area, so hopefully those will die in the winter. I don't spray or anything like that. And I do have some foxglove self-seeded here. So that's nice. And going over to our little garden beds here, I got the gray sword Lithodaria planted, which I think will make a nice little mat. I don't know if I overdid it putting 2 plants here. I might have to relocate one, but for now, that's looking good. And this sea holly is leaning a bit, but I think that'll be fine. I can probably just fix that. And hopefully our winds will not be too bad this winter. And swinging around, I wanted to just mention here that big change is coming in the garden. This retaining wall, which is my neighbor's retaining wall, is being replaced. So I have been, madly trying to get my plants out of the way here so they don't get destroyed. And there's a few that are still a little bit too big for me to dig, so I'm gonna have to get some help on that, but definitely want to save my generous gardener rose there. And then I'm not sure how far back I'm gonna have to take off the plants, but yeah, I definitely want to save my Japanese maple, my bloodgood, my hostas down there, my rhododendron, this dogwood here. This is an Arctic fire dogwood. So at minimum, I want to save those plants. And I'm hoping I won't have to go too far back, and I'm going to be able to do that. But it'll be really nice to have that fixed and changed. And I think he's going with Allen blocks, so it'll be more durable, because this has been here over 20 years. And these railway ties, they're just not really the best, especially in our climate, which is so wet. So you're lucky if you get 20 years out of them. But, we just have this little space, which is not a huge space, to get in and out of the garden. So that made me really think about how important it is to plan for your access to your garden. But anyways, this is me signing off and hoping you will like and subscribe so you can see the update and the vast change that's going to be happening here soon. And I will try to film as much of it as possible to before and after. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Take care.